Yes, guys. Welcome to Never a Foul. Today's a bit different. It's not your generic transfer news kind of show, but we got Manchester City all up in the building. No, don't get onto me about Manchester United. I'm not doing anything about Manchester. It's about City, and you're going to see an influx of blue coming in right a second. But today we're going to be discussing Bernardo Silva, obviously stuff with his news, Phil Foden as well with his new contract, Gvardiol, which is a surprising new name. And then there's a few left backs that have actually been on the radar for Manchester City from quite a few reliable journalists with this whole, Cucurella thing. But first and foremost, got to run the intro. Yeah, I forgot to mention Paqueta, but don't worry about that. Big up anyone that has come in here. Make sure you're smashing the like button. But first and foremost, got to introduce the host coming on this. Actually, can I say he's the host today? Let's not think of him as a host. He's just a fan, and he's a super fan, and he's a great guy. MCFC Daps in the building. We say my guy White Hat today.
Don't see me as a host today. See me as a fan that wants to rant.
There we go, man. You probably got that little bit. If you watched us yesterday, you could probably tell that Daps was a little bit heated, bit pissed off. But someone that's never pissed off, someone that's always smiling. I've actually never seen him with an angry face yet, but he might be pissed off today. It's actually going to be a new host for a certain show, which we won't reveal it just yet, but you met him on holiday, if I'm correct.
Well, we wouldn't call it a holiday. I'd call it more of a triumph in Madrid.
A triumph in Madrid. Big up, Mason.
Something, guys, all right.
I'm glad that you pick up on how positive he is as well, because he is a positive. But the strange thing is, when we first met each other, he wasn't being positive.
No, I'm not always positive. Sometimes. Just depends, doesn't it? We'll see. We'll see what happens and gets talked about left backs there, but we'll move.
And this other guy, he's sensational. I love the way he hates Liverpool with a passion. Actually, I didn't actually know this until
he doesn't hate Liverpool. He doesn't hate Liverpool with a passion.
All right, he absolutely despises them.
Bring him in and he'll describe. Bring him in and he'll describe it, because it isn't hating. He pulled me up on it because. Bring him in. Let's have the conversation.
Let's bring him in. Big up Imran in the building, man. Looks like he's got a trim going on there.
It's just he always wears a hat. It's just he always
maybe.
Imran, remind me what you said. You don't hate Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't hate Liverpool as a club.
I hate Liverpool, to be
fair. But... You hate people who you normally come in contact with regularly, who's right in your face. Liverpool fans are in my face all the time, man. So yeah, it's the fans, man. Fan bases make you pissed off gets you really angry, and you just despise a certain fan base, and that's one of them.
Liverpool is that fan base.
Liverpool is that fan base. It's good to see about 30 guys here nice and early again. So obviously it's big. I can see a lot of City support and other fans as well. But do smash that like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well for these amazing people. If you want to see more of Never Foul, obviously it just notifies you. And obviously, if you just seen our tweet on Twitter, make sure to go on that and make sure you retweet it, because you could put us towards a new subscriber at the end of the day, and that person might not know of Never a Foul, and that person could be also a City fan, so it kind of represents the show correctly. But yeah, man, I don't know where to get started with this all, but let me get this whole general feeling. I don't want to rant on a little bit about it too much, because it's kind of boring on a City perspective, but it might be exciting on a Chelsea perspective. Imran, this whole Cucurella thing, I just want to touch up on it just a little bit. How are you feeling about that deal?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't say from the start he was the guy that I've been wanting at the club. But he obviously he played a certain way. He was from La Masia, and obviously he knows a certain style of play, which is the Pep Guardiola style of play. So I think he would have fitted in nicely. And obviously that's one of the things we wanted to get over the line this summer, which is left back. But obviously it hasn't. Obviously now we're looking at others, and hopefully we can find someone else. I think this deal's sort of dead now, because there was only a certain amount City was willing to pay, and that was a ceiling of 40 mil. If Chelsea coming in and putting 50 mil, then obviously there's no negotiation to be had. I think we step away unless Chelsea decide to pull out at any point.
Yeah, man. I kind of rate City for not going through with this. Like, then it's putting a whole perspective. Like, I can't lie. Like, see my club, facts wouldn't even pay 50 million. They'll probably gave 55 million. Not even joking. But the City be like, look, we're the big boys in the country. Don't take us for a ride. You think you can get an extra 10 million out of us because we might have some money? No, man. It's not. It's not happening. It's not happening. You gotta rate it.
Bro. You know what? Yeah, there's things that I've said I rate. Who was I talking on the other day? Newcastle. I rate the way Newcastle are they're trying their best to not do what City did when we first got money and go and just throw it everywhere. I do rate the way they're doing that. But at the same time, I feel like Newcastle, you do need to get one or two more signings over the line. Now, with City, I 100% agree with what you are saying to a certain extent. Look, we worked very hard to move from being that club that we were to where we are now, right? We've worked very, very hard. But at the same time, you have to put things into perspective, right? We've sold Zinchenko. Mendy will never play for the club again. I don't know whether he's still on our books or not. It seems to be a mystery. Either way, he will never play for the club again, and it's only logistics or whatever you want to call it, right? We have Cancelo, who's actually a right back, but is looking as good as a left back as he is a right back. But that gives us one left back, one right back, and a younger Ines Brand. We need a left back, right? We paid 50 million for Benjamin Mendy 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah.
So what's a 50 million in the market today?
Why the fuck will we not pay 50 million for Cucurella now? And I understand, but if it's down to just being stubborn, I'm not with it, bro. I'm not with it. If it's just like,
Facts.
no, we've said 30 and that's all we're paying. No, we can't be stubborn with this. I know we like a release clause. Release clauses make things very easy. I know we like to say this is what we're going to pay, and if we don't, I called it, Cass, didn't I? I said I thought we're going to offer 30, then we're going to turn our head elsewhere. Cucurella's going to throw his toys out the pram, put transfer, and all of it was going fine.
He did do that.
No,
he did do that. Yeah,
it was all going fine until Chelsea went and stuck their big fucking nose in our business, bro. When they've got Chilwell. Why are you doing it, Chelsea? You've got Chilwell. Are you that worried about his injury record, that you're going and trying to... Or are you that worried about us dominating that you feel you need to go and grab a left back? Either way, the minute they came in and offered 50, I've said to every Chelsea fan that messaged me, do you think City will come in with another bid? Not a fucking chance. We do not get involved in bidding wars. We don't do it. And I do negative publicity, but we need a left back. So all I'm saying now is if it's not going to be Cucurella, fine. Show me who it is. And I don't mean in 3 weeks or 4 weeks' time. I want to see something happening right now because we've missed out on a player by moving too slowly.
Yeah, that's a passionate rant there. I can't lie, man. But obviously, clearly, you can hear by Daps' voice. He really rates Cucurella, and I big up anyone in the chat, by the way. Make sure you're smashing the like and whatnot. And also, I will come to the chat and I'll big up the chat. You know how I do this thing. But Mason, man, how big of a blow is this to Man City not having Cucurella? Is it a blow? Does it not really matter? There's just people just as good out there, maybe half the price.
Listen, Daps' eyes are gonna light up in a minute. Said this. Been saying it since day one, and Daps will back that. We don't need Cucurella. We don't need to go and spend 50-55 million on this left back. I've said it since the first day we were linked with him, and Daps can back it. I said it from the very, very start. We don't need him. If they turn around Brighton and said, listen, 30 mil, done deal. I understand he was their player of the season, all that, fair enough. 30 mil, calm, go in, go and get the business done. As soon as they come back and said he's not leaving, it was like, right, there's the first red flag. Then they said, no, we're keeping him, it's this much. Week later, Cucurella was like, transfer request handed in. From that whole spin on that, it's now gone up to, they're not accepting 40. Chelsea have come in at 50. This.
Yeah.
No, scrap all that. We're not running that. I know we've been linked with sort of three other young lads. If he doesn't want to come and he don't want to accept the 30 million that apparently we bid, whether it's 30 or it's a bit more, then he don't come. He stays. It's not. What's the point in? And I know it's very different circumstances because people are run back the one good season that he had in the Premier League. That's another thing. The one good season he had in the Premier League. People are running this up about, Daps mentioned it about Ben Mendy. Yeah, he's never going to play. We paid 50 million for him because he had one good season. Look where that got us. He had one good game for City. He had one good game there, and look where that got us.
Do you know what? It probably is one good game where he got about 3 assists, and then everyone spoke about him.
But that's it. That's it. But that's it. So this running up of let's go and throw 50 million on him. City get crucified every single time we go and do that. So, what's everyone complaining about? We're walking away from someone going, we won't accept 30, but if you give us 50, then you can come along. Nah, scrap that. We don't need to do that. Go and buy a young lad and see what happens there.
Yeah, man.
Right.
You know what? Agree with Mason completely.
No, go on, Imran.
All right, yeah, I agree with Mason completely. Look, historically, probably 10 years ago, I'd think about panicking when we're not buying players and stuff like that. But right now, and I'll give you examples of why I don't panic. We were looking at Alexis Sanchez, missed out on him. Then we got Mahrez.
Plays good piano though.
Yeah. Then we got Mahrez. We missed out on Fred, and then we got Rodri. Happy with that. Maguire, missed out on him. Who did we get? Diaz. So
Maguire. Actually,
that's fine.
You think about it, it was Maguire, then it was Koulibaly, then it was Koundé, and we ended up getting Diaz. You know what? I think what you've both said, this is why it's good to have these, what I'm calling a crisis meeting, because you get to speak to other City fans and they get to just make you calm down that little bit. Because I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I'm not bothered about if it's not Cucurella. You've been waiting to do that to me on the stream, haven't you?
Love it, yeah.
If it's not Cucurella, that's fine. I just want to see something. Now, I think there is an element of it as well where I think Cucurella wanted to come City. I think that's clear. But I think Cucurella instantly, the minute Chelsea were in for him, probably spoke to somebody or his agent spoke to somebody at City and said, yeah, Chelsea are going to offer more. What are you lot saying? And swiftly got told, we're not saying anything. We're saying we offered 30 million. And so that's why Cucurella's signing. But at the same time, that's kind of like if Cucurella's head has been swung that quickly as well, Pep will be like, okay, well, this might be the right choice then. So then it's who? Imran and I have been having this conversation. Hold tight, Stu, I've been having this conversation with a few other people. I do believe whoever we will get, if we get a natural left back, we're already one step closer to having a Zinchenko or a Delph replacement, because it will actually be a left back. And then Pep will turn them into the type of player he wants. So it's just who he goes for.
I feel like if, just a quick one on that, Zinchenko, you mentioned it then. I'll be honest, I do feel like there's either a plan in play with Pep, because there's not a reason we would have sold Zinchenko otherwise. There's just not. And you know my stance on Zinchenko anyway, but we wouldn't have sold him. So whether it's a case of we're all panicking and saying we need a left back now, obviously, we know we've suffered with injuries, later on in the campaign, and, we're worrying about it. But, there's clearly some plan somewhere, because we wouldn't sell Zinchenko. There was the plan with Jesus when he went. We already knew that we had, and, potentially Alvarez, depending where he played. That's Sterling covered.
Jesus.
Apparently, there's been confirmed.
Yeah, there's a thing. There's a thing now. The Brazilians are onto us about the English lot not saying not Jesus, not Jesus, not Jesus or Jesus or anything like that. It's Jesus.
Jump on the Arsenal lot then. That's calm. Jump on the Arsenal lot. It ain't nothing to do with us no more.
I mean, it's just it's what it is, man. But I'm gonna go through a few things first. Obviously the Cucurella thing, throw that away. If people are just here today, we're gonna talk about Bernardo Silva. For one, we're gonna talk about Phil Foden with a new contract possibly as well in the bag. We're gonna talk about a few of the left backs that have been linked to City recently as well, especially one today, actually two today, I think, and also furthermore Gvardiol, which is quite refreshing to see, because now that Chelsea are not potentially getting Cucurella and Fofana, who's just removed his Leicester City thing off, by the way, like he's literally removed Leicester City from his Twitter. That's big for Chelsea, man. And yeah, they might be overpaying a little bit of the odds, but they need it, and it's big. Well. Yeah, man. Whenever he's ready. But at the same time, it's nice to see 60 people in here. Do smash a like button. Nearly on 50 likes. That's very quick. Thank you very much. So yeah, man. Big up Franklin in the building. Barca changing the game forever now. Seems huge clubs will always be bailed out one way or another. Big up Noz. Big up Ilias. Bernardo Silva is leaving to go Barcelona, but that's on the dependent, according to somebody, which we'll bring up literally in a minute. Big up Twitch Broken in a building and Broken. I'm pretty sure, is that the same person? Or you just changed your name? Not too sure. Big up Daniel, love support, but always smash the like, people. Charlie as well. Advanced talks with Paqueta. Oh, that's something we can, obviously, that was a new one. Don't start doing that because Arsenal fans will come on your ass. Oh my God, there we go.
Pause. I was waiting for you to do one, bro.
Come for your ass. Come for your ass.
Oh, even worse.
You know what?
Pause.
You know what?
Bro,
you lot are just disgusting. You lot are just, you know what? You lot, yeah. Whoever thinks this way, yeah, there's something wrong with you. I don't give a damn. I'm sorry.
My man come at me about saying Jesus and he's dropping stuff like
that. I mean, blasphemy or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Coffee Jesus says I was looking up that earlier. Obviously big up as well. Raheem's in the building. Alvin Bell in the building. United Spurs of America, very good channel. Make sure you go subscribe to that Spurs channel. The actual only decent one around it. Joking. Big up Russ as well. He's obviously continuing the what's his name again? Emery. Is it Emery? He likes to do that. Viking, Games FC, and many more people narrate as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get this guy in. Actually, first time I spoke to him yesterday, I believe, and I don't know, he was on to Chelsea quite a bit, man. But big up Patrick, true City fan in the building.
Yes, Patrick.
How you doing?
That's a cool background. Is that green screen?
No, that's like a background that's such a background somebody made for me.
Oh,
cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool, you know.
Horrible colours, though. Should
be
blue and white.
Man United fan, by any chance? Yeah. Anyways, how you been? Anyways, man, you good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I was at work, but I was like, you know what? Daps is calling. I'll take a break and actually come on.
Love for
nice,
that,
man. I love for that, man. Everyone, make sure you go check out True City Fan.
And sorry, just on that, Jan, if you're watching, see what Patrick does for us. Jan said, I'm really busy, but I might jump on Monty's stream later. Oh, thanks, Jan. Cheers.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. But we're going to get this up. We're going to start talking about Bernardo Silva. So, Bernardo Silva. A lot of these little links here from Fabrizio, obviously City Extra was obviously quoted it. Managing Barca quoting on the Gerard Romero thing, and obviously Fabrizio being Fabrizio. Obviously, he's saying in case of Bernardo Silva leaves Man City this summer, Olympic Lyon midfielder Lucas Paqueta is one of the options being monitored by Manchester City. Is this kind of a surprise? I'm going to come straight to you. I'm going to come straight to you as I don't know. Do I call you True City fan? Do I just say that? True City?
Patrick.
Patrick. All right, Patrick. What do you make of this? I didn't think it'd be. He seems like an ideal replacement, if I'm being honest. But now looking at it.
For me, I think maybe I don't know. I'm looking at it. Maybe January, maybe next year summer. But I don't think a big deal like this, unless they've been talking and they haven't told City fans and they've been hiding the secrets. It's just I feel like it's such a big deal. He's such a big player that right now we're starting the league on Friday, right? We find out that he's been sold. Like, I know the window is going to be open, but I think it's so much of a big deal for both sides because this rubbish that's coming out of Barcelona, and I'm going to call it rubbish for saying 60 million, 50 or 40 plus add-ons. I think it's a bunch of BS because if City do that, why he's on a 3-year contract? I'm going to start questioning City. I seriously will say, what the hell are we doing? Do we just work for Barcelona? Do Barcelona just come in and we give them whatever they want? Because if they actually strike the deal at 60, I think everybody will have a lot of questions. We'll start asking that there's something dodgy happening in between here. I'm not trying to say it is, but I'm just saying 60 is poor. That's why some of these reports, I laugh at them. And as I said, it's such a big deal. For me, I think it's a big deal. It's a big player. For us to start moving him right now. So you never know, but I think it's next summer or maybe January. But right now, moving Bernardo Silva, it's going to take 80 million plus for them to buy him. But I know Barcelona, we've seen what they're doing. They're getting super chats on the YouTube channels. So they're doing weddings at the stadium, birthdays, bar mitzvahs. So maybe they'll do it. They have got the money. Never know.
Never know, man. It's I don't know what to make of it. What do you make of it, Mason, with this whole Bernardo Silva? I see you shaking your head there.
Yeah, because he ain't going nowhere. That's why. That's a straight up simple fact. I can probably back many things on it that I don't want to say out loud. That this man, there's no way, there is no way Guardiola's just going to turn around and say, do you know what you can do right now? Just leave. Just go on. Why? For what reason? We bang on about, you know, squad depth and making sure people are replacement. That thing as well about Lucas Paqueta. Have a day off. Like, there's not a replacement here. Why? Where's that come from? Like this? Do you know what I mean? It's not. We lose Bernardo Silva. It's probably the worst bit of business I can think that City have probably done in the past 10 years, maybe. Since obviously the big, you know, big takeover, 10, 12 years. Like, why? it baffles me. This. I understand they're interested. Listen, Barcelona are interested in half the world at the minute. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean they're going to get him. It's just one of them. Like, I can't see it. And it's the same with the, you know, I've seen one of the tweets there saying about if they sell Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong's been leaving for what, 13 weeks now?
Yeah.
Like, it's not happening. He'll stay. He'll end up staying. And, you know, as Patrick said then, maybe it is something that comes in January. You know, maybe it is. I don't think it'll happen now. A week before the Prem starts and they go and say, go on, Bernardo, you might as well go for 60 million. They want Cucurella for 50, so...
I mean, if they're calling Bernardo for like 60 million, that's a bump. It's more like 80, 85 million for a player like that.
Suspecting this has something to do with his agent. I've been suspecting that from the beginning, that his agent is actually the one going to Barcelona.
His agent is Ronaldo's agent, isn't it?
Sorry?
His agent's the same agent as Ronaldo.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
This is just coming, apparently. FC Barcelona, Jorge Mendes, according to
Gerard
Romero,
Mendes, yeah.
and City have agreed on a price of less than 80 million euros for Bernardo. So what's that, about 68 million or 72 million pounds or something like that for Bernardo Silva?
Has that come from Bernardo Silva's dog?
No, it's the same guy. Notice it's the same guy.
No, you know what?
Bernardo.
Hold on. Let's just deep this. Let's just deep this. Rewind it and take this all back, right? And piece this all together. Now, I'm not going to say I was going to let Imran talk first, but then that news is coming. It's fucking pissed me off. Right?
Guys, spit your shit.
And you know what? I've like I said about halfway through the summer, I'm done with trying to understand Manchester City's transfer window. So don't take anything I'm saying as factual. I'm just looking at shit, right? And I'm looking at the screen in front of me, right? And I see some names. I see Fabrizio fucking Romano, the tapping merchant, right? I see Jorge, however the fuck you pronounce his name, Mendes, right? The same man that was actually at City's ground around about this time last season, right, having a chat about Bernardo Silva and happened to mention Ronaldo. That's it. Just mention Ronaldo. No one from Manchester City came out and said, yeah, we're interested in Ronaldo. No one came out and said, yeah, we like the look of the figures. No one said nothing. Except for Fabrizio fucking Romano, who came out and said, yes, Ronaldo is moving to Manchester City. And what happened the next day? Manchester United go, oh, fuck me, we can't let that happen. We better go and put a bid in. Then about a week later, Pep, I think in an interview, said, yeah, apparently in a meeting, some numbers were put in front of our board for how much Ronaldo cost, but it didn't even get to a point of us speaking because the next morning Man United went in for him. And it's the same people, Jorge Mendes or George Mendes, however you pronounce it, and Fabrizio Romano are in each other's pockets, right? I have no doubt that George Mendes probably cuts Romano a piece of the fucking pie on whatever deal gets done. And I hadn't really deeped it because I do think you're right. I hope that is who I think it is in the background as well.
Yeah, it is, but I don't know if she's ready or not.
Yeah.
I
Front row. Let us know if you're ready in the private chat. So I don't know. There could be some truth in it, but I think, right, I'm going to look at the way we dealt with Ake. And the way we dealt with Ake was, okay, cool. You're going to offer us 45 million. Give us a couple of days. Let's go and put our toes in the water, see what's out there. We dipped our toes in the water, came back and said, now 45 million, we're not really going to get a replacement for Ake for 45 million. So you know what? We'll keep hold of Ake. Now, based on that being Nathan Ake, our fourth choice centre-back, I would imagine that with Bernardo Silva, our board would go, oh, you want Bernardo Silva, one of our best players, one of our most important players, probably the player that played the most minutes for us last season, one of our most influential players, one of the players that our fans love the most. Okay, you're offering what? Okay, no problem. Let's go and look at what's in the market. Come back and go, yeah, not for us. That's the way I'm seeing it at the moment. So when I'm hearing we're going to let him go for less than 80 million with 3 years on, listen, if it happens, Patrick's bang on. If that fucking happens, yeah, I hope every single City fan, I hope all of us, yeah, fucking stand up, and because we don't question our board much, because our board get most things right, yeah. The one time they did with the European Super League, we spoke, they apologized. If they let, you know what, we don't give a shit about Garcia. We don't give a shit about fucking Ferran Torres. We don't really give a shit about the friendly 2 weeks into the season starting, because you know what, it's fine. We get to go to Barcelona while it's hot and watch our team play football. If we sell Bernardo Silva for less than 80 million with a couple of days left to the win till the season starts or whatever, I think we're all going to be pissed off, innit? And we all need to tell the board that we're pissed off. This is not Eric fucking Garcia. This is Bernardo Silva running down the wing. Like, we can't just let him go for this money. So fuck Fabrizio Romano, fuck Barcelona, and fuck your tapas as well.
Imran,
yeah. Do you know what? I'm not confident with Mason at all. I'm very nervous about this massively, and you know, there's no secret, and it's no secret that Bernardo does fancy a change. That's not a secret. That's been mentioned quite a bit, including, like, you know, the climate and all that stuff. There's all that, you know, linking in, and then on top of that, there's that pet policy. If you want to go, then I'm not going to stand in your way. I hate that policy. Seriously, it was fine when Jesus was doing that. It was okay when Sterling, with 1 year left on his contract, was saying that he wanted to leave. That's fine. That policy works fine. Where it doesn't work fine is when someone like Bernardo is considering leaving, and we're just saying, yeah, that's fine. If you really want to go, then that's fine. We back you. That just doesn't sit well with me. I'm really nervous about this, and then also on top of that, if he does go, that value that we're seeing, and firstly we're seeing all these reports, Romano, Gerard Romero and people like that. So obviously that's it's quite nervy when you hear these reports, and then 80 million for 80 million euros, less than 80 million euros for Bernardo. That's just crazy. There's no player in world football that can replace him, that can bring the type of qualities to City's game that Bernardo has. So we were talking about ratings, and we had that poll over there. What's our rating so far? In terms of transfer window this year, I think it's an 8 so far. Get rid of Bernardo, and it becomes a 5. Seriously. Yeah. It seems like with Haaland's signing and with getting in Alvarez and Phillips, we've taken 2 steps forward, and if we let Bernardo go, we've taken 5 steps back. And seriously, we have to reconsider even thinking about challenging for that league title if Bernardo was to leave.
Oh, damn, man!
Just to finish off, I'm not a panicker. I'm not one of them guys that panics. There's a part of me that's panicking about this, but then there's also a part of me that thinks, hold on, calm down. We've got this, we've got the guys at City that obviously has got a lot of things right in the past, and we should back them. But I just don't see it seriously. But hopefully, I'm just hoping these guys have a plan, and they're executing that. And at the end of it, we move forward, and we hit other ceilings that we haven't hit so far. So hopefully that's what happens.
What are you going to say, Mason? Quick.
I was just going to say quickly. The only thing is, boy, obviously I get you, Imran. You're worried. We've been here before, mate, and we've come over it. I understand Bernardo Silva is an exceptional player. He is, but mate, we're Man City. We've lost people that were exceptional players in the past. I'm not saying they're the same caliber, but we've done this before, mate, and we've come over that. You know what I mean? It's what we do, and I understand it's worrying.
It takes a while, though, Mason. It takes a while. Look, we left. Aguero left. I know we've won league titles, and Aguero was a striker that played at. We're under Pep. We were used to the false nine as well, so it was fine when we're losing someone like Aguero. But this guy is the engine of our team. He brings in the tactics. There's a technical game to him, and also there's that running that he does. The heart, the desire that he's got, the way he plays. I just don't see players that can bring all those things.
No, I get that.
We'll have someone else, and they'll bring another dimension to a game, but it's a dimension that probably quite linear, and it's not like Bernardo's game, and we could end up missing that side of Bernardo's game in another player. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, of course.
So the message is clear to any fan out there, Manchester City fans. So what we gather from that is that this could be the worst piece of business, according to Mason. Don't panic, says Imran, and fuck your tapas, says Daps. So that's the message that's clear. But we're good. Hey,
listen, so but same way, listen, I probably shouldn't speak because I'm actually going to Barcelona in like 2.5 weeks' time. And I probably am going to eat some tapas while I'm over there. And I am going to the new camp to watch a game. So listen, Barcelona fans, I'm only playing. I love your city. I just don't fucking like the way you lot are acting.
And your club. But you know what? We're going to bring someone that we do like. She's a lovely person. Met her for the first time at a terrace party as well. She actually decided to put a camera on. But yeah, man, I want to see what she knows on Bernardo Silva as well. So welcome, Yannicka.
So you got to call her front row Yan, actually.
Front row Yan.
AKA size 8 feet Yan.
Oh, wow, you scared her now.
Wow.
Is that what's happening? Or maybe her mic's not working. I've got I was gonna ask her a question as well for Ilyas decided. He big up Ilyas with a super chat. I'm gonna bring that up in 1 second. Yeah. Just want to see if Yan decides to.
Yeah, I think he said it was Wednesday till Friday. What is that?
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Okay.
Right? I think she's on a call. We're just listening to her call right now. It's fine. She came in on mute and then unmuted it while she took a phone call. Welcome to the world of Yan City, aka Front Row Yan.
All right, before she does do that, then Patrick, I'm going to come to you quickly on this one.
Sorry.
I
did the wrong thing. Sorry.
Oh, fair enough. I big up. You're right though, yeah.
Yeah, I'm at work. That's why. Sorry.
Okay. But
yeah,
before you go into your Bernardo part, Ilyas says, do you guys think Pep will leave next season?
I don't think so, personally.
Nah, any of you guys?
But I think he waits to see to extend, because I think if we win the Champions League, I think he'll say job done.
Yeah, maybe.
I think if we don't win it, he extends. That's what I think.
I think I'm the only City fan that don't back that. That's not a shock. Obviously, it's me not backing it, but I think if we win the Champions League, I've got there's something in the back of my head that's thinking, does he carry on? Like. Where's next?
He should.
Where's next? Unless he goes international football.
You know what I think with City though? I think City will take us a long time to win the Champions League, and then when we do win it, we're that sort of team that will probably win 2 in 3 years. We'll go from not winning it at all, and then we'll go and win 2 in 3 years, or back to back, or something crazy like that. That's
what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying that as well. Like Liverpool fans are saying that, and I don't know. That backs what Mason's saying, that if we do win one. What's to say that Pep's like actually? Because remember, Pep won a Champions League since his early days at Barca, right? So if he wins one, he's gonna be like, we've all seen what Pep's like. He likes winning trophies, innit? So if he wins the Champions League, he could be like, oh fuck me, I mean, I do leagues regularly. I forgot what this feels like, so I'm gonna stay here because I now want to retain it. It's a new challenge to him, innit? To retain it, because what? So I think there is. But I do also think I do like that. Right, Liverpool announced when Jurgen Klopp was going to sign his new contract and made a huge thing out of it, and it was all key to their final push for the Premier League. Right now would be the perfect time probably for it during the summer after signing Haaland for it to come out. But I do like that Pep will probably be like, no, I want to start the season. I want a few games to come in. And then randomly we'll just announce it because it isn't. Pep will probably be like, no, that's not important at the moment. What's important is getting some signings over the line and getting the preseason training up to speed. We can announce this whenever. It's not a big deal. And that's the difference with our board when people talk about. See, now I am back in our board. When people talk about oh God, what was he going to say? Yeah, sorry. When people talk about our boards, or other clubs, or when Pep leaves, sorry, that's it. When Pep leaves, people say when Pep leaves, City are going to crumble. But the difference between the way our board does business and other boards do business is our board will know probably a year before Pep leaves, and they'll have a year to get in the replacement. I wouldn't even be surprised if Pep would be involved in the replacement. So, like, they're friends, in it. It's not just Pep's an employee; they're friends, so they will know before anyone else. So, how are you feeling, Jan?
I think my dad did say if we buy Haaland, he will stay because he's not going to see one of the best strikers come into his team. Imagine City go and win the Champions League 3 years in a row with his team. He ain't going to get no credit for that. So I think he will stay. I don't know how long he'll stay for. He does like Manchester. He is settled. So I think he will stay a little bit longer. I don't know. I feel like Klopp's not going to leave till Pep leaves. Maybe Pep won't leave till Klopp leaves. Who knows? I don't know. But it seems like there's a good battle going on between them.
So sorry, Ilias, you're wrong, mate. He's got 2 years left.
Yeah, but someone that might actually stay longer, who might be signing a new deal as well. You go on.
Sorry, just to confirm that what Ilias has said there is wrong. Pep's contract, and you lot all agree with me, right? Pep's contract is till it's not a year left. He's got 2 years left.
No, it's final year.
Is it
it's final year?
Final year?
Yeah.
I thought he signed one more.
No, this is final year.
Oh, fuck me. Well, it will be announced soon. Wait. My bad, Ilias. Fucking hell. All right, now I'm getting nervous over that as well.
but apparently he's agreed in principle that he will stay till 2025. So it's not confirmed, if that makes sense.
That's not been confirmed.
So it's just a verbal agreement, apparently. But yeah, someone that might stay longer if Patrick is around. I was going to come to him first. But yeah, someone that might be is Phil Foden. Yeah. Pat's not here. I was going to come to him first about it. It's on. This is what he is: 65k per week. Patrick is back. What do you make of this? Do you believe this from Mike Keegan as well? Is that well deserved? Is 225 grand a week definitely? Is it too high? Is it too low? Because this is a new thing. People care about people's contracts these days. It is what it is. But he's an amazing talent, and if anything, he's England's best young talent in the whole country. Not Saka, not anybody else. It's Phil Foden.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know it's gone straight to 225. No, I don't know. That's okay. So look, it's Phil Foden, and I know he's a special talent, and I know a lot of City fans are going to come after me because they love him. This is one of the boys. But 225, wow! I didn't know he's gone high like that. I was expecting that we at least even go to the hundreds, because I know he was on peanuts. I think the other day somebody was laughing at me. It's like, your star boy is on peanuts. I was like, yeah, of course. That's what happens. Because when they come from the academy, they give them their first contract. It's not a lot of money. You'll be surprised that a lot of them are on such money. But I didn't know it's gone to 225. Look, what I'm going to say is this, right? I'm always against giving youngsters too much money. It's just me. Maybe I'm old school. I'm just against going with a big amount like this. But I'm pretty sure City is looking at Foden maybe as the future, and maybe they feel he deserves it. So if they're giving him 225, it's not my money, it's that money. But if you're talking about an opinion where I remove my glasses and don't work for Phil Foden, I love him, he's a good player, but I remove my glasses. I'm not a fan of
Sorry,
Phil
I'm not going to
Foden.
lie, Patrick. All I'm imagining is usually you've got glasses on twerking now.
No, come on, pause.
No, it's
Pause.
just you said if I remove my glasses and don't twerk for Phil Foden, I'm thinking, so usually you've got glasses on and you're twerking
Yeah,
for Phil Foden.
you know what? Because in football, as fans, right, we know that. Okay, here's like Saka, here's Foden. People, when they're making judgments, right, they don't make a judgment based on you just looking at football in general. They'll make a judgment because, oh, it's Phil Foden and we love him. But for me, I just don't believe I didn't know it was this high.
No,
I know somebody told me, like, I was believing maybe that his next contract will be like in the hundreds. I'll be like, that's fair. But you know, it's going to 225. That's the third best player in our team, if I'm not wrong. Because De Bruyne is number one at 375. Then
Haaland.
300. No, Haaland, De Bruyne. Then it comes to Jack at 300.
It would have been Sterling.
Yeah. So now it's him, like the third. So look, if he deserves it, he deserves it. If this is what his camp has decided to demand or what City have decided to offer, fair play. I just hope the contract is a big contract so that maybe in the future Barcelona don't start sniffing, because you never know.
You know what though, it's a valid point, because look, the thing is, this is relevant in most businesses, that when you start somewhere, you'll get a contract of like, I don't know, say 18,000, and then each year you get more. You will find the more senior players in companies or more senior people in companies often get more money because they keep getting contract renewals. The key to me would be how long this contract extension is for. Because if this is one that's taken him into his late 20s, like if it's a big 6-year contract or something like that, it would make sense. If not, I think a jump to 225 is quite a lot. But then you look at it, look, it's all relevant. It'll be to do with like the advertising money he's bringing in.
It depends on the contract, Daps, though. Like, how long is the contract? Maybe that's why they give him that. Yeah. To be honest, somebody said I'm overthinking, but it's just me. I just believe, yes, people deserve it. They're ballers. But some of these youngsters, some of the amounts that are being thrown, especially like now, on 225. Wow. Okay. Wow.
So now, but you know what? 6 years. If it is a 6 year, someone said it's a 6 year. If it's a 6 year extension, am I right? Foden's 22.
Yeah. I'm not joking.
At the end of 6 years.
Okay,
so
then that's
it'll be 28. I think that's fine. I think people forget.
Yeah,
I think
people forget fine. If people forget one thing as well, you now got rid of quite a couple players as well, and the ones that do come in won't be on the biggest wages. You just freed up Sterling wages right there. Mason, man, what do you make of this contract? 6-year deal, around 225 grand a week. It doesn't mean it is. It might actually be like 210, 215. A lot of people saying this in the comments, by the way. I can see Mad 8 was saying earlier it's a bit too much money. Darcy's saying on the other hand, Foden is worth that contract, and then so forth and so forth. A lot of people are obviously saying it's basically half and half, if anything. But I think he deserves it. Don't you think he deserves it, or do you think this is the wrong trajectory right now?
Yo, double it, throw it up. Phil Foden, give him what he wants. Listen. We just freed up Sterling on, what was he on? 300 and...
someone in the comments. I think someone in the comments said it.
He was on 300, I think so. He was on 300.
Sterling earning at Chelsea was 375, so about 300k, I would say.
Listen, you hit nail straight on the head with Phil Foden being probably the best next English talent, the big, generational talent for England at the minute. Listen, Phil Foden won't leave City ever. That's obviously going to come from his camp. I understand obviously what Patrick was saying. This is the thing, and I've always stood by this. So I understand people are interested now in contracts. It's not our money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not coming out of our pocket. If it's going to cost us 225k a week to keep Foden, let's throw it into Bernardo Silva then. What happens then if we don't offer Bernardo Silva and he leaves? What happens when, what if Sterling wants to leave? Sterling Foden wants to leave. And then everyone's like, oh, we should have offered him more money.
Do you know what, though?
Yeah,
I'm just looking at this form thing on sportrack.com, and it's showing like the wages. So it's got like De Bruyne on 400, Haaland on 375, which sounds about right. Grealish on 300. John Stones 250.
Yeah, John Stones got a massive one last summer, didn't he?
Yeah, Rodri 220, but Julian Alvarez is on 50 grand a week. That's crazy. I know he came in for a low fee,
Jan, do you know what Zinchenko was on? Do you know what Zinchenko
He was on 20. He was on 20.
20 grand a week.
I mean, Bernardo Silva for 150. So 150 is low for Bernardo Silva, I think.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
low.
the thing.
You know what's a bit low as well? One sec. But you know what's a bit low as well? Guys, there's about 140 people in it. 84 likes. We need to get that to 116. It's a bit low. It's a bit low. We want 100 likes right now, if you don't mind.
You know what it is, Cass? I'll be honest. It's your background that's putting them off, mate.
Nah. I'm a neutral today, man. I'm a neutral.
He's a Norwich fan. It's not Man United. He's a Norwich fan. I promise you.
But yeah, let's you know, if that's what it is to keep Foden, I'm sure I'll speak for many City fans. If that's what it's going to take, and his camp have gone, we've requested this. There you go, lad. You take that. You go on back to Stockport. Spend it on what you want. Do what you want. Just keep wearing a City top.
Sorry, just looking at that Foden picture. Does anyone else see in Phil Foden a young Lee Evans?
Oh my word!
Do you not see it?
Yeah, I see it. It's the ears as well, man. If you turn him to the side as well a little bit more, it's the ears as well, man.
But you know what? I was watching the Coppish watch along because I was at the airport the other day and I couldn't get a stream when the Community Shield was on. I was like, how can I get like radio coverage or something of this? And I went on YouTube and saw Coppish. So I thought, right, I watched the Coppish watch along. It was funny here watching a Liverpool watch along for a Man City game because it's like so biased. But the one thing that does kind of sum up Foden is on it when Foden came on. I think one of Foden's first touches, they were just getting so excited, like, oh my God, Foden just takes the fucking piss. And that's coming from Liverpool fans that everyone knows that Foden, you know what? No one's really seen how good Foden is yet. I think that's the thing. Like, even
that's the worst part. He's got that Wayne. He might have that Wayne Rooney trajectory though. He might have that high hit, but then might dip at 28 potentially.
It was the first 9 thing, Daps. It was the first 9 thing last season. Yeah, that stopped him.
Yeah. You know what it is? I kind of get the false 9 thing with him last season though. It's like football purists. Hold tight, Sam from Feed the Goat. He was like proper. Like Foden does the false 9 role so well. He's so unselfish, right? And I like seeing Foden wide left. I even liked when he was wide right for England. Yeah, that he's explosive there. But if we are long term going to drop Foden deeper, then actually moving him into the false 9 is a way to kind of get him used to playing in that midfield role, but while still leaving him up top, if you know what I mean. Because
he'll mature. He'll mature though. He'll mature into that midfield role. You said this before yourself as well. He's playing up front. He's expressing himself as he rightfully does. It's a bit like the Wayne Rooney thing, if anything. Like he expressed himself on the left. He expressed himself in the 8 as well.
He's not generational, is he, Cass?
No, he's generational. I was just waffling. Okay. But what's it called? And like I would say as well, Foden is another generational talent, man.
The thing is with him. With Foden as well, we have a lot of high expectations on him. He's one of the guys that we expect things to happen, goals, assists, and things like that. I just don't get it when people say he's not worth, it's not worth those wages. Look, these guys again, the guys that are paying these wages, they wouldn't just pay that money if they don't think he's worth that money. They're paying it because they know he's worth it. The responsibility is on his shoulders in that position.
Big games,
and then there's players around in the Premier League like Rashford, who's on 200k. Why shouldn't he be on 225k? You don't
even have to go far, brother. You don't have to go far. Do you know what I've noticed? Jack, when he came on 300k in that team, that's when I started questioning about Bernardo Silva and Foden being on lower. So Jack himself is on 3, and then he's been outplayed by some people in that team. I'm pretty sure right now people are looking and say, why am I not on 300 like Jack? That's my opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, there will be that. There will be.
Well, they've not come in with that big transfer fee. That's the thing.
That's what I was going to say. They've saved money by not having to actually buy Foden. If they went out and had to buy Foden for 50 million, then his wages on top. You know what I mean? I know, like sometimes it's included, sometimes it's not. But I think they've kind of, because he's come from the academy. I feel like he's definitely worth it. If you look at the players around what he's on, it makes sense. And like you say, it's around 225. So 225 is going to be the absolute maximum with probably add-ons. It's probably close to 200.
Yeah,
so
Yeah, he'll have his bonuses and the rest of it. But you know what? We're going to move on a little bit from Foden. Guys, if you are here, make sure you hit that notification bell. There will be more City content later, which that's what we explain a little bit later on with him and maybe Double A, City United. Obviously,
no, definitely Double A, but
yeah, Manchester City and obviously Man United. Talking about what's it going to be later on, Daps?
So today we are talking about the 5 players from each of our academy that weren't successful at our clubs.
Yeah, man. And that's no. You a hint
that weren't as successful as we wanted them to be at our clubs. I mean, the thumbnail's out. So one of them from our club is Jadon Sancho, and the one from your club, Cass, is Paul Pogba.
Obviously, yeah, man. And if you don't have Morrison on that list,
so coincidentally, they both played for you last season. Mad.
Yeah. Yeah, they both did. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go then. But yeah, there's a link at the end.
It's pretty obvious.
You know what?
It's actually a bit mad that they came from the academies of. Yeah.
I expected something from Brahim Diaz, to be honest. I expected him to really excel and do well in this side, but obviously he's gone elsewhere. And
strangely enough, a few of the players that have come through our academy that leave too soon tend to drop off a bit, innit?
So he was at City. Obviously, he went to Real Madrid and he couldn't establish himself there. But at AC Milan, he sort of established himself. He's done okay, to be honest.
Yeah,
he played a part in the title-winning season. So.
Yeah. These Spanish that get carried away when Spanish teams pay attention to him and go rushing back to Spain way too early and fuck up.
And Mason as well. I'm going to come to you quickly. I'm going to quickly come to you on this one. Talking of another centre back that's linked to City, left-sided player, is Josko Gvardiol. So this come up from Build Sport, obviously German outlet. I don't know how credible it is, but if you are going to be in for a centre back, would you be really forking out 80 million euros for him?
No, not happening. That's just daft money. Right? This is what I'm not getting at the minute. I understand that the market's obviously a bit crazy at the minute. 80 million. There's another one. That's another one that's come from Bernardo Silva's dog. Like £80 million for this centre half. Like I'm not backing it. Like, do these people see compilations on YouTube and just think, yeah, 80 million? Like I'm not backing this one. Like I don't. What's Fofana? What's Wesley Fofana supposed to be with Chelsea for?
£80 million. So
Yes,
it's about the same pound.
So you're going to go and spend 80 million on someone who's done it in the Premier League. Take away, I know he was injured. I get that. Played ridiculously well, for Leicester when he wasn't injured. But then some lad from the German league, like I don't get it. I'm not getting it.
Mason, look, I don't know much about the guy, but the fact that he's made it into the Bundesliga team of the season, shouldn't he be discussed? I think just
crazy player, man, crazy young talent.
For 80 million, though.
I'm telling you now, if he comes, this is Laporte. This is Laporte's. If he does come and he's like, this is Laporte. That means Laporte is 100% for me leaving the following season.
Boys, we did this when Mangala. We did this when Mangala had the season of his life, and we spent 50 million on him, and look how far that got us.
I promise you now, this guy, I'm not joking. This guy will make you have the best defense in the league for years to come with Ruben Diaz.
We already have with Stones and Diaz, bro.
No. I'm not. No, but if you're talking about the perfect left-footed as well, and he's fast, he's so ideal, man. I want him at my club.
That's just another left-footed player that City have bought again, and like I don't get the hate. I honestly don't get that much of a massive hate with Laporte. Like, I don't get me wrong, he's not this mad, Van Dijk-esque player, which he's not. But why are you going to go and build this whole Diaz Laporte or Diaz Stones, which never seems to happen?
Yeah.
Why are we going to go and build this and then go, actually, 1 minute, boys, we'll go and spend 80 million on this lad who's had one good season?
Yeah.
I can't back that. We've done it before. We've done it so many times, Manchester City as a club, where we've gone and bought these crazy players. Benjamin Mendes, so subject to know. One good season, bit us on the arse. Mangala, one good season, bit us on the arse.
Rodri, one good season, he did well.
Didn't cost us 80 million.
Yeah, well, no, all right, yeah. If you're talking about that amount of money, then obviously that's another question.
That's what I'm saying. It's if you said to me, this lad had a mint season, which I know he did. He's been spoke about a lot. is one of the FIFA favourites, as people say, then yeah, I can understand if you're talking 40 million. It's 80 million. This is the same amount of money that we can't even reach to get Barcelona to pay for Bernardo Silva.
So
I think the conversation, yeah, no, I understand. I think we can. The way we have to think about it is the same way we've thought about previous things. Is look, Cucurella, the board they've looked at it and thought he's not worth more than 40, which is why we're not going to go in for him. But obviously, on this side of things, they've actually realised that maybe he is worth that much. Now, whatever they're basing it on, they're basing it on the same stick as they're saying Cucurella isn't worth a certain amount. They're thinking that this guy is worth a certain amount. So,
what do we need right now? If we're going to say Imran, what do we need right now? A left back, and we won't spend 50 million on it. So why are we then going to go and buy another centre half for 80 million?
I understand that, and that's not an area we should be looking at. But I think there may be alarm bells going forward. Maybe they are seeing that there's a pattern in Laporte's game. Maybe those injuries that he's picking up, those little niggles that he's having to take injections and medication to sort of sustain.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Patrick's guilty. Look, his face is guilty.
No, it was. I have to have this because if wherever I go, things go crazy because I have to run the whole building. So if I go somewhere, if I don't have that, things go crazy. Let me mute and listen.
What about you, Jan? Anyways, with this whole Gvardiol, don't really. It's build is basically like it's true. Someone even said they're like the sun, pretty much. There's not much. They just report anything.
I believe it when I see it. To be honest, I think City are always linked with these, like everyone in a transfer window. Do you know what I mean? And then hardly anyone comes. So yeah, we'll have to see. I think I'm sure that a left back's going to be the priority. So if we did get him, it would probably be after we get a left back, unless he can play on the left. I haven't watched him. You know what Pep like? He might just buy him and put him on the left. I don't know. But he's young. That's good. I think City are a bit of a weird one because it's like, Van Dijk, they wouldn't pay 75, which at that time was ridiculous money, to be fair. They wouldn't pay it. Kind of wish we had, because I feel like there wouldn't be no title race at the moment if he wasn't there. But we didn't pay that. So City, everyone used to take the mick out of us, or we'll put whatever money down. They're not worth anywhere near that. And now City are actually doing things properly and looking at players and thinking, no, we're sticking to our budget. This is what we have. If you either meet us at our asking price or we look elsewhere. So it's quite good. I think City are well run. I don't think they're going to spend 80 million on someone that they don't believe is worth that money. I can't see it. But who knows? Laporte could have said to Pep, I want to leave next year. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So we'll see. But I wouldn't mind getting back in, to be honest.
Yeah, can I say one thing on this?
Yeah, no, I was going to come to you anyways. Go on.
Oh, so okay, yeah. Just listening to this, right? We've been linked with him a few times. I've watched him. He's had a very good season. He seems to be fast, powerful, and he can read the game, which is great. But obviously, he's had one season, and we've had Mangala, Nolito. Let's not forget Nolito was an amazing guy. We thought he was going to
forget Nolito.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is this now, because I keep saying I finally understand City that they are willing to walk away from something. But it's until that Jack 100 million, yes, those is close. They looked at him and say he's worth that 100 million. What if they have looked at this kid and said maybe the market in a few? Obviously, somebody said he has the East Coast of 43 next year. I'll look into that. But let's just take it from here. They've looked at the Laporte that he's injured, and they're like, wow, this might not go well because I think he has to have surgery or something. And then they've looked at Ake, who. Look, I love Ake. He's a good guy, but I'm sorry, I still don't rate him as a defender who I would leave there for a whole season. That Ake, it's you and somebody. No, I wouldn't. Ake is just somebody who comes and step in. I don't know if it's only me, but maybe City have looked at it.
No, I think the board agrees with you. Pep agrees with you. That's why we listened to 45 million. Otherwise, we wouldn't have listened to 45 million.
Yeah.
There must be some. I'm not saying Pep wants him gone now, but if we're willing to listen to 45 million for him, then Pep must think, yeah, you know what? He isn't necessarily what we thought we were getting. Sorry, can I just, on this whole guy?
Yeah, go ahead.
8 million right now on a centre-back. Am I going fucking mad? Am I going mad? Right.
Yeah, I doubt it.
So we need a left-back, right?
Or I think in euros, what's that in euros? That's, again, it's the same
it's
thing.
probably
It's
76 million. Yeah, right. It's not that much difference. Right. But we need a left-back, right? We're not willing to pay 50 million for a left-back. We're not willing to pay 40 million for a left-back, right? But we need a left-back. Gundogan's going next summer. The rumours are Bernardo Silva might go this summer. I don't think he will personally, but the rumours are. And we're spending 80 million on a fifth centre-back. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not having it, bro. It's bullshit. I'm sorry. I have to remember how good our board does business, and I have to stop listening to all these dickhead agents. Listen, Chelsea needs centre-backs. Tottenham, for me, need another centre-back. United's, no, you got...
Tottenham got that centre-back from Barcelona.
No, they need another one. That's why they need another one. They need another one. For them to be taken serious. Chelsea definitely do. Other teams need centre-backs. Chelsea were interested in this guy, right? His agents just said City have come in because Chelsea had a bid turned down. So they're saying, right, well, City are offering 80 million, hoping that Chelsea are going to turn around and go, oh, okay, well, we'll go. The same shit as what's happened with Cucurella, where that's what they're doing. They're thinking, oh, hold on a second. City were in for Cucurella. Chelsea have now gone in for him. If we put City in for this guy, maybe Chelsea will come back in for him. I don't believe it. I can't believe our board are this stupid to go and spend 80 million on a centre-back when we need a left-back and a midfielder. And we don't really need a midfielder, but there's more chance of us needing a midfielder at the moment than there is a centre-back. It shouldn't be a conversation. It shouldn't be.
It's not. I personally think it's pipe dream because, as we said, we've touched on.
Oh, sorry, Forgan. I have to go, guys. Thanks for having me.
Big up, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Later, pal.
Thank you.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, I think if the Bernardo Silva things are real, obviously we take it with a pinch of salt. If they're real, we lose a centre mid, a midfielder. Okay, we then haven't still got this left back, and then if people get injured in the defence, what we normally go off, we've then gone and spent 80 million on this lad for, as Daps said, a fifth centre back. What happens then if we go and spend 80 million and then we lose Bernardo Silva? Gundogan's injured for a season. We've then got injuries in a right and left back, for example. What do we do then? I just think it's a case of now other clubs are interested in these big players that City just get through in the ringer.
Yeah, you're right.
I could almost say pause to that.
Talking of reinforcements then on this whole left-back situation, here's some cheaper alternatives that have recently been linked to City. Borna Sosa, Rafael Guerreiro and Alex Grimaldo. Probably all of them do not cost more than 20 to 25 million pounds. Recently, from Jacobs Ben, it said Manchester City may turn their attention to Stuttgart left-back Borna Sosa for around 20 million after failing for the Cucurella asking price. On City Extra reporting from what Fabrizio Romano said they've Man City's actually been offered some left-backs, including obviously Grimaldo from Benfica and obviously Borna Sosa and Rafael Guerreiro. The last one's from David Ornstein talking about Sergio Gomez, a youngster. Is at Spain Youth International and is seen as a development talent. So what do you make of this Imran, man? Like any of these left backs, do you think they definitely going to get one of these in? Do any of them they fancy your interest? You're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, so do you know when I see these names, I just think we're not looking for a first choice left back. Now it just seems like we're looking for a backup for Cancelo, and we're happy to play Cancelo left back and Walker and right back, and these guys are backups. Then it just makes me think, why didn't we just keep Zinchenko, or in the past we kept the likes of Angelino to play those roles, because some of these players just they are at that level. So. I'm not sure why they would go for these guys unless they just back up for Cancelo.
What about Yeah,
I think Grimaldo's very
probably.
good. I think Grimaldo's probably the biggest, sort of player that could come in and actually do a job. I think the young lad, what's he called? Is it Guerrero?
Gomez.
I think it is.
Gomez.
Yeah, and Gomez. I think these are two young lads that are, like Imran just said, it probably is a Zinchenko situation. Like, why would we do that? I do think Grimaldo could come in and potentially, maybe still not. He won't get in over Cancelo, but then be higher than sort of Esperan, for example. But I think the other two lads are a bit. Maybe it is a case of we should have just kept Zinchenko.
What about you, Jan?
We said that, though, innit? We did say that. No, go to Jan, but Mace, we did say that, innit, about keeping Zinchenko.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the situation was with Zinchenko, because it didn't seem like he wanted to leave. Like, when he was saying goodbye and stuff, it didn't seem like he wanted to leave. So I don't quite understand that one. Yeah, I think it's a hard one because I love Cancelo, but I think if you're going to pay Grealish, you need like a more defensive left back behind him. And obviously we know Cancelo's a lot better going forward than he is defensively. He can defend. He's not as bad as people are making out. He can defend, but he's better going forward. So I think it depends on what Pep's going to do. If Pep's going to start Foden, Haaland and Alvarez, maybe we can get away with Cancelo. But I think we need a proper left back, and I think we need someone that is good enough to start, because even if they come in and they're at that level where they're going to start every week, even if Cancelo comes in, he knows he has to be at a certain standard to make sure that he stays in the squad. So I think it helps players when they've got pressure behind them, because I think Cancelo coming in has probably helped Walker a little bit, because he knows he could get dropped if he doesn't play well. So yeah, we need someone to come in. I've said this the whole time about every player. I want people behind them that they know that if they play badly, they're going to get dropped out. And I think we definitely, if we don't buy a left back, I don't really understand it. But I do like Esperan. I think he's looked really good when he's come in. He's not looked like a kid. He's looked like he's a regular first team player. But at the same time, what I've been saying is I wouldn't put all that pressure of a Champions League, a Premier League, all these things on a child's shoulders. He makes one mistake, we go out the Champions League. What's that going to do to his confidence? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think we need someone a little bit more experienced.
What's your take with it all? That's just to round it all up. Oh,
my take. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to try and pull up a stat then. Right, so I've spoken it before quite a few times on streams. Kyle Walker is playing approximately 4 to 5 less games a season. Right, he's 32 years old. He's still very fit for a 32-year-old, especially with the pace. His pace doesn't look like he's showing any signs of going. His fitness, he can still come back from. I think it was 2 seasons ago. He came back from him and Sterling were the last two to return from international duty. They returned on a Friday. They played on the Sunday in the Community Shield. So he's a fit player for his age. But the fact is, he's getting older, and it's showing with 5 games less every season. It's not noticeable over 1 season, but over 2 seasons, 3 seasons, 4 seasons, you're talking 15 to 20 games less than 4 seasons ago. So I've always thought that sooner or later, the plan should be either getting another right back or getting a left back and allow Cancelo to switch to the right and Cancelo to take up the role as our right back. I think Walker's a mature enough player, won enough Premier Leagues now. He is one of our senior players, that he'd be fine playing less games and knowing that if he's called on in a big game, he's the type of player that will come in and put in a 9 out of 10 performance. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm rusty. He knows how to do his role, no problem whatsoever. And even if he is a little rusty, his pace will he's fine to be rusty because his pace will get him out of trouble. So I was kind of like, do you know what? If we actually keep Cancelo and Zinchenko, we could go and buy a replacement right back to have, but we haven't. We've got rid of Zinchenko. So right now we have Cancelo, who can play on the left or right. We have Walker, who can only play on the right. And we have Esperan, who can play on the left. I think Esbrand is perfect to be what Zinchenko was. And that's like the second place to a starter. That last season was Cancelo. But if we see Walker get we've got to be real. Since the Atletico Madrid game, Walker has struggled to find fitness. Not since the Real Madrid game, since the Atletico Madrid game away. When he came off injured, he got fit enough to start against Real Madrid, then came off. And let's be real, that's when the game changed. When Kyle Walker came off, that is when the game changed against Real Madrid. I don't care what anyone says. I honestly believe it. Cancelo moved to playing on the right and didn't look comfortable. He didn't have a natural right centre-back behind him. The difference is Walker can play centre-back, so maybe he's a bit more comfortable with having a non-right centre-back behind him. We have to get a left-back in. If we don't get a left-back in, Right, has anyone seen Ake play left-back? Because I keep hearing that Ake can play left-back, but have we ever really played him?
We played.
I think he's better left-back than he is centre-back.
He's been all right. He has been all right on the left.
Has he
When
played?
we've had injuries,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't remember seeing him.
No, he has, and he's done a good job on that left back position.
Let me guess. Sorry, can I just say, is it in a Carabao Cup or the FA Cup or something where we played left back? I bet it was.
No, I think he played in the Champions League game as well.
He did. He played in the Champions League as a left back.
Oh, fucking hell, fair enough.
Do you know what? Defensively, I think he's a good option. But if you're looking for a left back that can contribute to an attacking play, that's where Ake is probably lacking a bit.
Yeah, going forward, 100%.
But you know what? Talking about Esbrand, I think Esbrand's really good for his age, and I can definitely see the potential. And he will become. I think he'll become a great left back. The only thing is, I saw glimpses of immaturity in his game in that pre-season game. I don't think he's completely ready for Premier League yet, but I think we could definitely play him in the Carabao Cup and get some minutes in there and get some experience in that cup competition.
Yeah, I think he's good as a second. Like I said, I think Jan's spot on. He's good. He's looking good. But you know what you need to become a better player in a certain position? You need someone that plays that position to actually learn from as well. So he does need someone to come in. And I'm sorry, we've gone too many seasons without a natural left back. It's just the biggest frustration for me is that we started this window so well. We got all our business done, and all we needed was that left back, and it looked spot on. It looked like Cucurella wanted to come to us, and it looked like it was obviously going to happen because the Spanish board are going to speak with his people. And that's my frustration, is that we're now, the season starts in 3 days, and we haven't got a left back. We literally are playing, and looks like we're going to go in with Walker on the right. And correct me if I'm wrong, Walker was limping the other day. I think against Bayern Munich, was it? End of the game, Walker was limping a little bit. Pretty certain he was. No, pretty certain he was. But that's it. Walker struggled to find fitness last season at the end of the season. So we're going in with Walker, Cancelo, and Esbrand, who can play second fiddle to Cancelo on the left. If Walker gets injured, Cancelo is going to have to switch to the right, and then we're playing every game with Walker on the right, Esbrand on the left, and no backup. Oh, sorry, Ake, and John Stones as right back cover.
Do you know what? I'm not too concerned about Walker, and the reason why I'm not concerned, the injury he picked up was actually due to a tackle, and it was a twisted ankle, and due to that he missed that end of the season. Other than that, he doesn't really pick up injuries.
Bro, did you not listen to how I started it when I said for the last 4 or 5 seasons he's dropped 4 to 5 games every season? So irrelevant to the injury. I'm not making that up, bro. Go and look at it.
Yeah, we don't want to, because if you think of it like that, okay, Walker, like you say, Walker gets injured or Walker can't play a certain amount of games. That means Cancelo, basically what you're saying is Cancelo is going to have to play every single game for the whole season. I don't think that's possible. I think if he does that, we're going to do what we usually do. And when it comes to the crunch knockout game in the Champions League, he's going to be so knackered. We're going to go out and it's going to be the same thing. I think we do need a left back. We do. I don't care. I don't care We need a
let's all remind ourselves to how last season ended. Yeah, it ended with John Stones having to fill in at right back, right, and John Stones not. Defensively, John Stones can do a job as a right back, but going forward, we could see he was kind of getting to a certain position and then just passing backwards because he didn't know what to do. We were playing with Fernandinho and Laporte. Sorry, Laporte, not Laporte. Fucking hell. And Laporte. They're in my head. Barcelona were just in my head fully now. And Laporte jabbed up because he was having to play through injuries. And then Zinchenko on the left, right? Our squad looked too small at the end of last season.
Yeah.
So what we were expecting was not only to get a Fernandinho replacement, not only to get an actual left back in. We've sold Sterling, we've sold Jesus. Yeah, we've got a Fernandinho replacement in, but our squad hasn't got any bigger. No. And then today we actually haven't got a slide on this cast, but today I've seen that it is looking like Mcatee's going on loan to Sheffield United. Mm-hmm. Which is another one of the players that when we look at, our squad might have got bigger, we're saying because, Mcatee and Cole Palmer are going to play more. Mcatee was actually promised that he was going to follow the same route to the first team as Phil Foden, right? And I made a big deal of that. Like, it looks to me that Pep has made that promise. That, to me, was a signal that Pep's looking to stay for a couple of years because he's making promises like that. Fast forward 6 months. After Mcatee's been on the tour with the seniors, it looks like we're loaning him out, which is a bit of a concern to me. I'm not going to lie. It could end up coming good. We could loan him to... And the reason we're looking at Sheffield United is apparently because the way one of our other loanees that went there was managed was very, very good. So we're looking to loan him there. But still, it's another player that we kind of see as a potential senior player next season, not just a under 23s player being loaned out. So again, does our squad get smaller even more? In my opinion, it is. Our squad's just getting...
It does get smaller, but I don't think... I know, obviously, I'm a big advocate for younger players coming through. I don't think for his development, it's necessarily a bad thing, loaning Mcatee out, because you're loaning him out, you can recall him if things do start to hit the fan. And two, if we keep him, people don't get injured and he don't play, then it's another season or another half a season where he's got no more experience, and then we're in the same boat a year later.
I don't even know too much about your youngsters and whatnot, if I'm being honest. I only recently come across them.
But Mcatee is one of our youngsters that we expect big things from, very big things from. He had been promised that he's always, so we were told, he was promised that he would follow the same route to the first team as Foden was, which was you're not going out on loan, you're staying to be around the senior players and to develop by being alongside the senior players. Because obviously being in training day in, day out with... Yes, Steve, what are you saying, bro?
We're going down. What's swales out mean?
Swales out. So when I first started supporting Manchester City, that is what I started supporting City too. Swales out. So Peter Swales was our owner at the time. Actually, not when I first started supporting City, when I first started going to Main Road. So Peter Swales was our chairman. And we actually weren't finishing in too bad a position under Peter Swales, but we also weren't competing with United or other teams around us. And Francis Lee, who's like a City great, and a board behind him, wanted to take over Man City. And so all of City's fan base was Swales out, Franny Lee in. We got what we wanted, and under Francis Lee, we got relegated. Because he didn't know how to run a football club. That's what Steve's saying, but I know Steve, and Steve's just, you know what, when I was saying yesterday about as long as we get top four, City are going to finish sixth now, Haaland's finished, De Bruyne's getting fat, Steve's doing the same thing.
Forward with Franny. Anyways, we're going to wrap up there. So if anyone else has got anything to say, Imran, Mason, Jan, Daps, anything?
Yeah, don't panic.
Don't panic. Remember, don't panic. What was your one again?
Watch us lift the Champions League.
And then what did you say, Daps? Keep your fucking tapas.
Yeah, I said, I don't know. I said probably fuck the snake, fuck his cousin Ferran Torres, fuck Laporte, not Laporte, and please welcome me in 2 weeks when I arrive at your airport with a plate of tapas.
Nice. But big up for the guests coming on, obviously. Big up Imran, big up Mason. It's Good City show. Going to be doing a little bit more on another show coming up soon, rebranding the Feed the Goat, where you'll see a lot of these two and probably some more of Jan and Daps as well. Yeah, hopefully.
More front row, Jan. When you can make time for us.
You know, I'm going to sit on the front row from now on, just to prove a point. Do you know what I mean? I don't even sit on the front row, you know.
And actually, also before they go that, I think Jan, you're going to be on what's it called next, aren't you?
Oh, what's it called?
Big Sixpence.
Yeah.
And people, if you want to watch Jan on Big Sixpence, what time does it start?
In about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. So if you want to watch that, when this show ends, automatically there will be on the screen there will be a play button with the advert for the next show. Just hit that and you'll go directly over to Big Sixpence where you will be able to see Jan. Don't know if you're on it, Cass.
I don't actually know. I'll probably end up being on it somehow. So
and then at 9 o'clock you can catch me on Usman Talks. Usman Talks. That is his channel, isn't it? It is called Usman Talks. I'm sure it is.
Usman Talks tonight. I don't know. Yeah,
Usman Talks. So. Anyway, it'll be on my Instagram. Jan, where can everyone find you?
On Twitter.
Front row.
Yeah, the front row at the Etihad or at Jan City on Twitter. And then you'll know where I am.
There you go.
Mace?
Yeah, just same old Mason A. Cook. Mainly on Twitter, calling people out, chatting shit. You know.
Or on holiday, more time.
Or on holiday, yeah. Getting this, skin tan, well, that doesn't happen because I'm pale.
and Imran, where can everyone find you?
Well, you can find me at the East Stand at the stadium, but on socials, it's I am City Guy.
There you go.
And I will be back on here at 10:30 with maybe Double A on Never a Foul. City United, we will be talking on our 5 players from each club that came to our academy and didn't really make the most of it. Sancho and Pogba feature.
There you go. So yeah, man. Anyone that's here, make sure you smash the like bar. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well, so you know when the show is on in the next 2.5 hours. But big up everyone that has come through, and big up for the super chat earlier from Elias. And we'll see you later.